Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Koda if you don't know me, and if you do know me, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips that I wish I knew before I started my vinyl collection. As you can see, we've got my collection back here and the rest of the collection's on this side, but I'm starting to run out of space on the bottom here. I just wanted to give you guys some tips, some things that I wish I knew and that I think would be useful for someone who's looking to get into records or who still may need some tips. Even if you've already started collecting, there's always room to learn and grow. So my first tip is to pace your collecting. When I first started my collection, I bought every record I saw. Every record I wanted. I wasn't comparing prices of different records that are on the market, and I just bought everything. There were also some records that I bought at first that not necessarily that I knew the album front and back, but like I knew one song, so I would just buy it just because. And the reason why I say to pace your collecting is because, one, I feel like your collection should be an authentic representation of yourself as well as your music taste. Also, records are very expensive nowadays, and so if you pace your collecting, you're able to be smarter about your money. And also oftentimes a lot of anniversary vinyls or exclusive vinyls, even if they are more expensive, maybe a better bang for your buck than for you to buy a different one. Also, sometimes those records come out as cheaper than where you would see it as at your local record store. So for example, I bought Venice by Anderson .Paak, Black LP, 2LP at my local record store. Literally 2 weeks later was the 10-year anniversary, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And Anderson .Paak came out with a pink variant and a purple variant. And I was very upset because I had just bought it. Wait for when there's exclusive drops if you're interested. For me, like, I don't really care necessarily if my records have some design or something, but sometimes the variants are really cool, or if it's an anniversary one, sometimes they include some other things with the vinyl as well. And so sometimes it could just be more worth it for you to do that. Follow vinyl record pages or vinyl pages that have similar music taste to yourself. And oftentimes, like, these pages that promote different records or different artists or who are just like musically engaged pages, I'll put some in the description, by the way. Oftentimes they will show different exclusive drops when they come. Sometimes they get the inside scoop. A really big one is 99 Vinyl. He often gets really early information about vinyl records that are coming out and discounts that are coming out, or whether there's an anniversary coming or a repress coming. He also has a Discord channel where those people get like first access, and there's a bunch of different creators like that who do similar sort of content where they push out different vinyls that are coming out so that people are educated, because sometimes you don't know and then you see it in someone else's collection. It's like, where did you get that? When did you get that? Where can I get that? So educate yourself and stay in the loop, and make sure that you are pacing your collecting. Part of the joy of starting a record collection is being able to see your growth over time and things that you've collected over time. So I wouldn't rush getting the albums that you want or records that you want. It's all part of the process and part of the experience. My next tip would be to invest in your setup. So I started off with a suitcase record player, which I received, I think it was a gift, or maybe I purchased it, I don't remember. Either way, when I did my very first record collection, that is what I had. I didn't play many records on it because those are just not good systems, and you get what you pay for. I currently have an Audio-Technica. It's amazing, no complaints. Along with that, I would also say to make sure you're investing in speakers. The speakers that I have are the EDIFIER speakers. I've also had these for the same amount of time as I've had my record player. I love these speakers. There's additional controls on the speakers as well, so I can adjust my music to my liking in terms of if I want more bass. So invest in your turntable, also invest in your speakers. Another thing that I would recommend that you all invest in, well, my record player actually came with a slip mat, but a slip mat is another way to just protect your records. Another thing that I would say would be to invest in inner and outer sleeves for records that you don't have them for. Outer sleeves are very important because over time, the material of your of the packaging of the records, except for two that I have. The Clio Soul ones are a different material, but normally most of them are made out of I think it's like this cardboard, and over time that's gonna have wear and tear and the color is gonna go away and things like that, and it's just gonna look old. Like if you see older records that people have, sometimes you'll see that it's a little bit faded. So outer sleeves sort of just protect that from any dust, any oil, things that may just like get on it over time and it just sitting. And so it's just an extra protective layer. And then also on the inside, inner sleeves I would say are more important because that's where your record is, and you want to protect that from dust, oils, whatever the case may be. Along with that, another recommendation that I have for you guys would be how you store your records. I've never seen anybody store them horizontally, but if you are, please do not. The pressure from your records will over time warp them, and the one on the very bottom is gonna get the harsh end of the stick. So I store my records like this. I would also recommend to store, if you have smaller, like 7-inch or if you have 7-inch records, to put them in a different section if you can. Mine are not, they should be, but I honestly don't listen to those ones often, so I haven't kept up with them as much as I probably should. But I would recommend that you all, if you have smaller records, to store them separately. Now, in terms of when you're playing your records, the way that I use my records, when I take them out, I clean them, whether they are new or not. I have a spray, but I typically don't like to use the spray because I find that what normally gets on my records it's just dust. So I have a microfiber towel. Sorry, I said that's so weird. A microfiber towel, and I also have a brush that I use to clean my records while it spins for the brush, and then the wipe I just use before I place it on the record player. And also this is really key because if you have dust or like debris on your records, your needle may pick that up, and that could harm your needle and also affect the way that the record is playing. So I would recommend to clean all your records, or you could purchase a cleaning kit. I'm really on the fence about liquids on my records, so I don't use cleaning kit. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak today. I do not use cleaning kits. I only use the towels, and my records have been really good so far with just using that method. As well as when I'm using the microfiber towel, I also use that to place it on the turntable, just because I don't want to touch the grooves or have any transfer of oils, whatever is on my fingers, even just like natural oils from my skin. So I try to use the towel to take it on and off. Alright guys, those are all of my tips for today. I hope that these were helpful for anyone who is starting their collection, or even people who are unsure of how to maintain their record collection. I would say the main takeaways from this video would be to invest in your system, be smart about how you're purchasing records, and to educate yourself. Also, take a look at the resources that I put in the description, and make sure to do some research of your own. I'm sure there are plenty of other pages or social media pages that I don't know of that provide like vinyl insights and information like that. Another takeaway that I would say is take care of these babies because they're a pretty penny, and vinyl is so special, music is so special, so take care of them. And yeah, happy collecting, and I hope to see you guys in another video very soon.